and welcome to She Walks, She Paints, episode 1. My name is Sarah and this is Jack Spaniels, my faithful walking companion. We live in a place called Fife in Scotland and we love to get out and explore this beautiful country where we can, and I like to find things to photograph and paint when I get home. So I thought I would do a series of videos to combine these two things. It's a beautiful afternoon here today, so we've come to a place called Dunkeld and we're going to do the Hermitage Walk, which is just a really magical place, especially at autumn time. Let's head out and see what we can find. Hey Jack, are you ready for a walk? Let's go! This area in Perthshire is also known as Big Tree Country, and you can see why. These magnificent Douglas firs are amongst the tallest trees in the UK. There is a mix of evergreen and deciduous trees at the Hermitage Walk. I love the fresh scent of the fir trees and the crunchy autumn leaves beneath my feet. This area is called the Cathedral, as the towering fir trees resemble pillars and their canopy makes a roof. Ossian's Hall was built in 1782, and inside you have access to a viewpoint above the roaring waters of the Black Lynn Falls. The hall was partly blown up by gunpowder in 1869, and by the early 20th century Ossian's Hall was derelict. However, it has been restored by the National Trust for Scotland and is now once again serving the same purpose as originally intended, a space to retreat from the pressures of daily life. Oh my god. There's so many. I love discovering and photographing mushrooms. There's something so fascinating and beautiful about all the different varieties. Plus, they are one of my favourite things to paint. This beautiful woodland was created by the 3rd Duke of Atholl in the 18th century as part of his extended gardens. It's said that the Duke used a cannon to scatter tree seeds on the more inaccessible parts of the land. However he did it, we think he did a great job. Found a whole little patch of these mushrooms called winter chanterelles, or yellow legs, as you can tell. They are not as nice as regular golden chanterelles, which are my favourite mushroom, but they're still edible and still very nice, so we'll take these back for our supper. Unlikely to have been used by a real hermit, this cave is probably a folly, a feature added to the woodland by the landowners for a romantic effect. Inside, it is dark and overgrown, and the smell of moss and plants surrounds you. These, we think, are wood bluets. And the way to tell? They're purple underneath. And this one's huge. I actually think it's two. Look, can you see the two stalks? 2 mushrooms in one. Bargain. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. I love that colour. Pale, mauvey lilac. Makes me want to get my paint out and try and colour match it. So that's probably what I'll try and do. The first painting. On she walks, she paints. That's as far as we're going to go today. You can keep going along this route to the Rumbling Bridge, but the Rumbling Bridge has tumbled away, unfortunately, so that's closed at the moment, so we're not going to go that far. I'm going to head back along the walk on the river, and that's us for today. So that's the wood bluets and our winter chanterelles. So maybe time to pop into Dunkeld, grab some sourdough from the bakery, and that's our supper sorted. I start by sketching the image outline and blocking in the lightest colour, before moving on to more detailed shading. I create dark tones using the contrasting colours of red and green to create shadows. The mushroom skills are probably the most difficult part, but it's also really relaxing as I just zone everything else out and focus on what I'm painting. texture of the base of the mushroom was what really caught my eye in the photograph. The jagged cracks in the stem contrast with the smooth rounded edges of the cap. I always like adding shadows to my paintings as it puts them in a space instead of just floating on the page.